Hey guys, Dallas here with Days of Dirt. We're in the shop today. We are getting everything ready. It is Monday, it's 5:15. Brad's looking at tires now. You can see him there. Our plans, we've already kind of posted our plans on Facebook so everybody kind of knows what we're doing. But Friday our plans are to be at Talladega short track as long as we get the motor in and everything goes smoothly, bearing that there is no issues. After Talladega short track, if everything goes well there, we have no issues, we will be at Sonoa on Saturday. Again, bearing no issues. Rain. With the motor getting freshened because of the minor issues we had, we just like to stay a little bit local just in case we have any issues. Our engine guy, Vinson, is there to help us out. We had some stumbling issues that we couldn't figure out. We thought it was a carburetor and we changed carburetor, it wasn't any better.
We thought it was electrical. We ordered a new battery, which we did have a red top Optima in it that was several years old, and we ordered a 16-volt battery. We haven't tried it yet. Our plans were to try it, and then we found the issue with the motor, compression issue. So we just, between talking with Wendell, we felt that it was better to
Joel just got here, 5:15.
pull the motor out, be safe than sorry, and he did say the rings look pretty bad. So we noticed we had some blow by the last race. What we're thinking is maybe just because the motor set up over the winter, normally we fog them down, but we didn't know if we was going to race some throughout the winter, so we just come out here and crank it about once a week, and that really cost us. So next year we'll either race in the winter or get it completely took out, stored away properly. So,
right.
But we should have it back this week, hopefully. And
but it was a really good thing we had to pull the motor because the motor mounts were killed.
Yeah, it was a blessing in disguise. We kind of noticed the fan was starting to hit the shroud that very last race.
Yeah.
And I heard some ticking, and I thought, well, the spring steel had broke a bolt, and I thought the spring steel was dragging the track, but what it was, the fan was hitting the shroud. And
which is what we thought may have gotten the tire, was the bolt coming out of the spring steel.
Right, exactly. And upon further investigation, you can see that those motor mounts are not supposed to look like that.
Yeah, it's not supposed to have that bend right there.
And it's definitely not supposed to have that crack all the way across there and around the bolt hole and those bolt holes. And this one's not as bad, but it is cracked around there. So needless to say, these are going to go in the scrap pile. If you've got aluminum motor mounts, I encourage you to either check them every winter or so often.
Let's say those are not a whole year, are they? Old.
No, I bought them halfway through the year last year, during all that motor changing and swapping we done last year. So these are not very old. I encourage you to run steel motor mounts. Don't run aluminum motor mounts. If you do, make sure you keep a check on them, because that could have been very catastrophic.
Yep. So while he said all that, we're gonna work on tires tonight. Try to get some of that squared away. As you can see over here, we do have 2 new that need to be mounted. He's got them out there, just kind of trying to see what we have. With us racing 2 days, it's gonna be a little bit rougher on tires than what we normally would anticipate. Talladega is usually pretty rough on tires, and then snow, we don't know. We've never been to snow. This will be our first time there. We're excited to get over there. We've talked about it for several years and just never gotten around to it, never gotten over there. So we plan to be there this week. As I said, weather permitting, no issues. Hopefully everything goes smoothly Friday night and we can make it over there Saturday. We have, all right, so he was talking about the schedule right there. We posted a schedule last week, and a lot of people are like, that's all y'all are racing? that's not all we're racing. We plan to race pretty much every weekend. That is just our big race schedule, so our big money races. We do plan, like I said, to race every weekend, but that will probably be more local. And then like right before leading up to going to Charlotte, we'll probably race more locally. Talladega, Mountain View, ECM, places like that. Just trying to save up enough money to go to Charlotte, because that's not going to be a cheap trip for us, because that is a 6-hour ride one way. So that itself is going to be expensive, and then we got to get a hotel, so that's not going to be cheap either, and then 2 days of racing as well. And like I said before, tires are not cheap. They're $170 a piece. We generally buy at least one every week, sometimes buy more than that. We would love to buy a whole new set every week, but finances, we just can't do that, so we buy what we can. Depends on how we do. And then fuel, we run racing fuel, and that stuff I'm thinking is like $9, $10 a gallon. I'm not 100% sure, because we buy it by the 55-gallon drum. So it's definitely not cheap either. So 2 days of racing is going to be expensive. So we'll probably stay local for a couple of weeks, just saving money and not going too far off. We probably will go to Mountain View, as long as they're racing. I know they haven't raced us the last 2 weeks or so, but they're just having big races. So generally when they have big races, we're the ones out, because we're similar to a super, but we don't have the horsepower, and we're steel, and they can run whatever they want. So generally we're the ones that they kind of knock out, which that's fine. We have plenty of tracks to run at. But like I said, we will be at Talladega Short Track on Friday. Y'all come out and see us. We still do have some shirts. We have smalls, larges, and extra larges, I think is what I have. I don't have any mediums, and I don't have any 2X's or bigger. I saw my last 2X last week. We are completely out of hats. All we've got is those shirts. Be sure to come by and see us and get some of those. We will also have some checker flags for the kids. Send the kids by, we'll give them one of those. One out. One in.
We're just going to sit out in the sun more just this afternoon.
Don't have to rotate it every 10 minutes.
Around or flip it?
Gotta grow it.
Chris got to rotate that tire too.
Alright, they're about to work on getting those 2 tires broke down while Christopher right there is working on electrical for the trailer. I'll go out there and show you guys that. He's been working on this for last week or so, since we haven't been racing. Let's go see what we got. Okay, so he's got a lot going on out here. He's getting us some electrical ran. Looks a whole lot better. Got a rack up there. Just right now because he's working on it, but so today's mainly gonna be tires. Brad just mounted up this new tire over there. He's trying to stretch it because it's a little bit too small. And then they just mounted up that one. And then those 2 they're unmounting to flip them.
Get back from Florida.
Yeah, they got back yesterday.
Still working hard over there?
We wide open. Pouring blood.
How did you get yourself way up there? What? Just like that?
Just like that.
He just like stabbed himself just on purpose?
He was skinning the wire and somehow the razor knife hit his arm. And I give him a rag, that rag over there. And apparently it's got brake cleaner on it or something because it started burning him.
Yeah. PVC glue. That's all the water I can give you down there, Brandon. I'm sorry.
Well, what's that wire coming in?
That goes to that.
Air conditioner wire.
I ain't wired it up yet. But, does anybody know where this is?
Yeah.
Where?
Oh, in there on that back table.
What back
That's where
table?
we took it off at. I'll go look for it in a minute. I want
What?
you to show everybody your non-conductive box cover.
Non-conductive? Is that what you said?
That's what he said, non-conductive.
It's wood.
Oh, that looks like a fire waiting to happen, don't it?
It's non-conductive.
That don't mean it won't burn.
That don't mean they don't supposed to be nothing getting hot.
Okay. 240 volts, get hot. 240.
Yeah, but I got a special paint on that reflects.
Okay.
On the outside, not on the inside though.
Reflects heat.
Oh my God, Chris, you tripping over your own feet? Yeah. So Brad's working on getting the shocks off so he can put them on the smasher and make sure they're where they need to go for Talladega. He's gonna work on those and nuts and bolts tonight. We completely forgot that we ordered a pad for our grinder because ours is killed and it won't be here till Wednesday. So what we've got done on the tires so far is probably what we've got done tonight. We're gonna work on those after that comes in just to make it a little bit easier, because where it's broke, when you put a pad on it and you hit the tire, it tears. So we kill pads one grinding session, one tire. So we're gonna wait on that to come in before we finish up the tires, and then we'll work on grinding and siping and grooving. We like to grind them first, so we'll wait on that and get that done later on this week. So for now, he's gonna work on the shocks. And then after he gets the shocks done, he's gonna work on nuts and bolts. If he can get that done tonight, we'll have a lot done, and we'll be pretty much sitting on go waiting on the motor and tires. Alright, so we're gonna run up to the house to get the carburetor box out of Brad's truck real quick, because we just got the carburetor sitting on the bench back there, and Brad is scared that something's gonna happen to it. So we'll go see what we can, if we can get that, if I can get this thing to go. Joel's hard at work over here on this tire. Look at him go. Alright. Got a parking lot out here. We got so many cars. Come on. This is how far we live from the shop. Not very far. We just live up the driveway here. This is all our land. We got about 20 something acres. So we got a nice little gig out here. It was Brad's granddaddy's. So it's family land. That's our barn somewhere over there. And all the crap's kind of falling in. Needs a little bit of work. Crib. That's Brad and his mom and daddy's old trailer they lived in before they built that house down there. And Chris is slowly but surely working on tearing that down. Here's our house. Get this out of Brad's truck real quick. So we don't live very far at all. Just a hop, skip, and a jump. Let's get this out of here. Here's the carburetor box Brad's wanting. Because if you know anything about carburetors and you know anything about racing carburetors, then you know that they're not cheap. We paid a pretty penny for the one we have. We actually have two. We have a crate carburetor and we have a steelhead carburetor. Right now we don't have a crate motor to put it in, but we still have our crate carburetor because we paid so much for it. We don't want to sell it, and it's a good one. So we don't want to sell it and get a crate motor and then need another carburetor. So we still got a lot of our crate stuff. We've got our crate headers, I think. I don't know if they'll fit on this car or not. And we've got distributor. We've pretty much got all the bolt-ons for a crate motor. We just don't currently have a crate motor. We may have one before. We keep saying that we want one. We just hadn't been able to financially get one just yet. So what's Dumb and Dumber working on now?
5 days.
Joel's still out there working. What do we got going on right here?
You didn't have one of them.
Yeah,
You're gonna have two of them hot.
them two right there. Them two's hot.
This is master electrician Chris and apprentice Brandon. What are you doing?
What are you doing? No, we're gonna have to cut them shorter, because if we don't, the wires are gonna stick out, and that'd be OSHA unapproved, won't it?
What do you mean stick out?
You don't want it sticking out like
Oh
that.
no. Can't have that
We
on a
can't.
wooden box. Wooden breaker box. You worry about a wire sticking out?
Oh,
You gotta have that on first. Where's your
remember, them two's hot.
hang on.
What, are they got an A, B, C, D?
Yeah, they do back there, but you can't see it. X and Y.
X and Y. You hold that. Where's my tools though?
And they're in the floor. What tool?
First thing is at Dallas.
I was wanting you to get shot.
Hey,
He said I was wanting you to get shot.
go get Joel.
What? Okay. Okay. Joel! We need you. Hurry.
How long do you want these to get back?
Just enough to go in the hole. Tell him to grab that right there when he comes in.
You tell him.
Now what was it?
What the hell you need me
X
for?
and
I
Y.
don't know, Chris wanted you for something.
Hey, grab that right there.
Put that on.
Grab what?
That.
No.
Just grab it.
No.
Tighten. No, we don't.
No, we don't need to tighten that right now. I thought you said we need a flat. We need a
I don't know, he wanted you for something.
That ain't a Phillips. That's one of them electrical you don't know nothing about. You go to Lowe's.
One of them you don't know nothing about. So naturally, you're the guy doing the electrical work.
No, I know that they make tools for it, and then there's tools that you can use for it. We don't have tools.
We ain't got none of them tools they make for it. I guarantee you that.
It's got to say Klein on it.
I got one.
No, just go ahead with Craftsman.
Just go ahead with old Craftsman.
X and Y.
This is one we need to go in this one.
Brown.
Yeah, we're gonna put that one.
Right there.
We're gonna put that one right there.
I'm going back in here to help him.
Grab that.
If one of them winds up on the ground, holler at me.
Grab that wire. That hickey right
Yeah,
there.
grab that, Joel, and bring it over here.
You're talking about this, right?
No, I'm talking about this.
No, Brandon's talking about this.
No, it's not about that.
Oh, you gonna try to get them both in there at the same time?
Well, we're not fighting it.
All right.
All right.
Maybe I had it backwards. Maybe Brandon's the master and Chris is the apprentice electrician.
I ain't nothing. We got it rolling now. I tell you what we need. We need a blower to blow that out with. You got it? You got it. What was that?
Good thing it done it here, not freaking Sonoma.
What did you do? See, I told you.
Give me that.
That's why you told him to get that tool, huh?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be able to do it?
I got him.
What?
Where'd he go with that thing?
I don't know.
I got him a screwdriver now.
Let's see what you got. That's not a Phillips head. Those screws ain't Phillips head. Just so you know. A Phillips head will work, but that's not a Phillips head. X and Y.
Hey, Graham. You got the other cover on?
Give me that. You loosen them.
I'll give you a put this on.
Brandon's about to say, screw this, you get it all on your own.
Now that's a number 10 wire and it ought to be fitting in there. I tell you what we'll do, we'll just stick them in these little prongs and crank it up. Will that work?
Yeah.
What's going on? I bet that's made of copper.
You see that heat?
Stranded copper instead of bare copper. We need to read the instructions, I guess. Leave it to professionals to hook up.
What are we?
I don't know, but we're struggling.
Dumb and Dumber, they're trying to figure out the electrical. They'll figure it out eventually, I guess. Can't quite figure it out yet, though. Alright, so we're trying to figure out our tire situation here. There's one back there, too. There you got two out there. Just trying to figure out what all we need to go to Talladega and Sonoma on Friday and Saturday. I think they said that the rain chance for Saturday isn't looking good. It's like a 60% chance of rain everywhere. So hopefully that all stays away and we get to race. Alright guys, so kind of a slow start to the week, but we're getting there. We'll get there. Brad's working on smashing some springs right now in the trailer. And I'm going to go inside because it's getting a little bit too chilly for me. So we appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you guys in the next couple of videos. I'm sure we'll have videos pretty much every night this week. They'll come out a day late. I'm sure, well, Brad's editing. They may come out a couple of days late. But we'll get you some content out this week and see what we can do this weekend. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Also, want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, KT Heating and Air, Superior Bearing and Supply, Vaughn Motorsports and Racing Parts, Vinson Race Engines, and Busy Days Oil Service, LLC. Thank all those guys for everything they do for our race team.